Welcome to Toe to Toe, a podcast for realtors where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. There are many ways for realtors to achieve success. The secret is to find which approach will work for you. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Mertland and Monica Weekly.
Welcome to another episode of Toe to Toe. I'm Jen Mertland, and I'm here with my constant opponent, Monica Weekly. Yeah. Each episode, we choose a different real estate topic to battle about, and we go toe to toe, arguing our differing opinions.
You know that our number one goal, however, is to help you, the realtor, find a path that feels authentic to you. Because when you build your business based on a style and set of standards that truly fits who you are, that's when your business will thrive and you will continue to love what you do. So, today's throwdown, Jen and I will be duking it out over this question. Do you attend your closings? Do you attend your closings?
Do you want to go or you want me to go?
Well, I'll go.
Okay.
Unless your answer is one word again.
It is. But Monica, do you attend your closing?
Jen, you know I do.
I know you do.
I'm a people person.
Oh my God, it's a party. So what's your thought process around that?
I attend my closings because it is another opportunity to connect with my clients. I do not pretend that I'm the most important person and I need to be there and that's why. Not at all. That closing will go whether I'm there or not, and certainly I've had to miss them before. I like interaction with my clients. I look for touch points. I look for opportunities to get face to face. I believe that's how relationships are strengthened. That's how relationships are deepened. So I look at it as that. Plus, we're going to have a happy hug in the parking lot, and it's going to be all good.
Yay.
How about you, Jen? Do you attend your closings?
Well, I'm going to give you my answer, which is no. But I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
I'm going to say sometimes it does depend. Sometimes I go. So I'm in the great state of Ohio, like yourself. And often here, it can be customary for there to be roundtable closings, which is agents, buyers, and sellers are there together. It is my feeling that we need to stop doing that immediately. Because it's a waste of everybody's time. It's super annoying. It's super awkward. And most people hate it. I think that we should move more towards where the closing person goes to wherever the client is, like at their job. Because a lot of these people are taking like the day off to close, which is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. They should already know what the paperwork is. They should have asked the questions to their lender. They should have asked the questions to the title person. I mean, it's all about the loan usually, and the lender represents them on that. I don't speak to their loan. So they should have already gone.
How would the keys be transferred in your perfect blue sky world?
In my perfect blue sky world, the keys could stay on the property. We don't need 20. At the key transfer in a roundtable closing, this 2-second process takes at least 20 to 30 minutes.
It's so
and
true.
Then they talk about, well, Sally next door, you have to pull her trash can out on Tuesday. It's like, it's ridiculous. Nobody cares. The sellers don't want to be there that long. It's the buyer's damn paperwork for most of it. They would rather go back to work.
So true. It is so painful when they have to exchange keys and tell everything about everybody.
The most painful process ever. That's why I think that and I don't know, I think they do a lot of California agents. I think in California they do like some type of escrow closing. I don't know, but it's like an attorney.
Yeah, and you don't attend in a lot of states, several states, you don't attend the closings. That's just sad.
I think I'm going to move.
You should
Please
move.
send me a list of those states.
Yeah.
Anyway,
didn't it seem like in the ones where you do have these roundtable closings that that's where people were arguing whether or not to attend, right?
Well, Right. And a lot of the people, people think like, of course, if there's a roundtable closing, like I don't want to be the agent that's not there. And I would feel sorry for if the other agent didn't attend and I was there, because for sure I would try to talk to their clients.
Yeah, you'd be like, what's your email address?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I go to protect myself and protect my clients from people like you.
Well, I just don't think that, I mean, I'm usually a seller's agent, and the sellers don't want to stand there watching the buyers sign paperwork. And the buyers don't want the sellers to be there seeing how much their loan is, how much they put down. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The whole thing is.
What about the opportunity to connect with your client again?
Okay, so if it's a seller's, and let's say in my perfect dream unicorn world, the title company has sent them the paperwork ahead of time. If the sellers have had their chance to review it, ask their questions, maybe we could do like a Zoom call or something about it. So then we're connecting. Plus, I probably already know them. Plus, we probably have an event or something planned, or I've talked to them. I'll talk to them before and after. I would then call them once I knew that the buyers sold too, and maybe we'd go out for like a little celebration coffee or wine or whatever. That's it.
Right.
It doesn't need to be done there. And if I have the buyer, then I throw them a housewarming party because I want to know all their freaking friends.
Which is
and I don't want to sit there. If I'm going to spend an hour, I want it to be at their house at a catered event that I catered, that I get to meet all their friends, not at the closing table where I'm meeting none of their friends.
So I hear what you're saying.
Should I talk louder?
I got you, Miss Unicorn. You should run for president of NAR or something. Get this world changed just how you want it.
I would never get elected.
So what I do know is that in the presence of emotions, that's where relationships can be strengthened and deepened. And generally speaking, not all, for sure, not all, but generally speaking, the closing is a moment of relief. And in most cases, happiness, whether they got all the terms they want or not really talking about that, but just that relief,
like
that heightened emotion.
I agree.
I want to be there in that moment because I do understand the importance of that emotional connection and how that strengthens us. And if I do my job from that point on, I will continue to build from there. Now, if I'm an agent that doesn't do anything post-close and I've got no system to follow up, you're right. Don't even go. What's the point? But if I'm going to build from there, from this experience, and continue to touch them through the next year and years to come, then I believe that's an important step.
I think it really depends on your client. Because if I was your client, if you could save me an hour of my life, I would freaking love you forever.
Right.
If you were my client, I would totally be like all up in your shit, like sitting next to you, being like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Aren't you excited?
Because you know that like you're mirroring
and you
and
love that.
Right.
So I think it really just does depend on your client. And a lot of times my clients I feel like we attract the people that are like us. So a lot of my clients are sellers, and a lot of them are high Ds, and a lot of them just prefer to work.
You know what? That's an extremely great point. Good, valid point. Love that.
Great. Thanks. Shall we go back to our corner?
I believe it's time.
All right. We're going to take a short break and hear a word from our sponsor. And when we return, we will have the final punches.
Do you have an entrepreneur mindset? Do you believe in the power of building wealth versus just selling houses? There's a new kind of business model for realtors, and you owe it to yourself to see why top agents and teams are aligning their future with the fastest growing real estate company in the world. eXp Realty, tomorrow's brokerage today. For more information or a private discussion, go to the Toe to Toe Podcast Facebook page and send a private message telling us you'd like to learn more about eXp Realty.
Welcome back. Now, before we ring the bell for the final round, Jen and I took this question to the streets. It's a street fight.
For real, street fight.
That's right. Oh, this time? Oh my gosh. So we surveyed agents from around the country. You would not believe the heat.
It was heated.
Jen actually got hate mail for posting this question. It was hilarious.
I'm so excited about
Jen,
that.
You have arrived. It's so good. Well, there were 335 comments and they're still coming in, actually. It's crazy. But what I will say is I liked something that Kimberly Tinker said. Hello, Kimberly. Thanks for commenting.
Kimberly.
Kimberly said, yes, I am with my clients through everything. The closing isn't the end, just another page in our book. And that's sort of as a nod towards what I said. Like, it kind of depends on what your plan is for the relationship for the next year, 2 years, 3 years. So Kimberly, I love that.
That's great. That is really good.
The far majority of people said they attend the closings where that is normal in their market. There were a ton of people commenting that said, no, I've never been to a closing. That's not how we do it here.
Mm-hmm.
But where it's an option, majority of agents feel like they need to be present there.
And I mean, I agree with that too. If the custom is that everybody's there, then you should go. I just don't always think that you should do things because that's always how they've been done.
Yeah. And to your point, what does the client want? Like, if you can save that client an hour from going and they could sign the day before, you're right. You could probably be a hero to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if the title company can come to them instead of them driving an hour out of their way.
That would be nice.
Hello.
Oh, I'm picturing like an opportunity for a title company on wheels. And like
they have a notary like that. That's the same thing.
They do.
That's all
and
you
then
need.
The truck would have like a closing table in it, and the people would come out to the truck and get in and serve them coffee and on the way.
That's hilarious. Let's bring the battle back inside the ring and close out with our final round. All right, Monica, since you were first last time, go first again, please.
Oh, okay. I sure will. So my closing statement just says this. I am a relationship-based agent. I want to take every opportunity I can to grow, strengthen, and foster the relationship that I've worked very hard on probably over the last 90 days. 60 days, 45 days. So I'm going to take the opportunity to sit next to them elbow to elbow and celebrate this moment of closure. And I want to be a part of that. That is why I attend the closings.
And I say, let's make our job more efficient and also make more sense, which instead of having everybody sit around a table and watch the buyer sign their 1 foot stack of closing papers that's really between them and the lender, let's just let everybody do it separately. And then it's not an event, so you don't have to attend. You can celebrate with them verbally or do something after and invite some of their damn friends so you get more clients.
Not to mention the worst closing table jokes that happen at every single closing, right?
It's painful.
All right. That's going to have to be the end of today's battle.
Hold on, Monica.
What?
Do you think that we should address the people that express concern about things going wrong at the closing table?
No, I mean, if you've done your job, you shouldn't have any problems at the closing table. If you've
I don't know that many things that go wrong, but a lot of agents talked about that. They said, well, if something goes wrong, but I'm thinking, what? It only goes wrong when the buyer and seller talk to each other, which I'm proposing they don't do.
And P.S., that's what my telephone is for. If you have a question for me, closer can call.
Right. And the lender should have gone over the loan stuff already prior to today. And if you have a client that is like wants to read everything, make sure the title company sends it to them in enough time to read the crap.
Doubt. If they're an engineer,
and goes over it with them.
If they're an engineer, assume they need to read it. Just do.
They should read it. They're signing it.
Do you read your mortgage statements?
I mean, I glanced at it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not an engineer.
Right, that's right. All right. Was there a knockout today? Did Jen lose some teeth?
No.
You better pick them up off the mat.
I did not lose any teeth.
Did I get a bite on the ear? Like what?
I did not bite you.
Okay, good. All right, guys, go to our Facebook page. That's the Toe to Toe with the number 2 Toe to Toe podcast Facebook page. Comment and vote. Who do you think won today's toe to toe battle?
All right, rock stars. We hope you enjoyed today's battle, and we hope you heard something here today that have helped you get clarity on your path and your standards for your business. Thanks, Monica.
Jen, as always, it was lovely spending time with you today.
What a pleasure.
Okay, bye.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Toe to Toe Podcast. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you get updates when new episodes are available. And we truly love feedback and would appreciate all likes, reviews, and suggestions for future topics.